Welcome to Chiaroscuro Tarot, The Art of Living Life. This reading is, pick a card reading, is going to be about how to start 2021 off with a bang. So as we switch into the new year, what kind of energies can you leave behind, which you can start working on to let go of, and what kind of energies will you be embracing in 2021? So how to basically transition into the energy of a new year, 2021. I'm sorry, brain fart. We've got 4 decks to choose from. Deck number 1, which is the Fountain Tarot. Deck number 2 is Revelations. Deck number 3 is Prisma Visions. And deck number 4 is the original Rider-Waite. Just pick which pile you are drawn to for the message for you. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. A couple of things to go over. If other people show up in this reading, keep in mind that those energies can be vice versa. So if I'm saying you're this way and then another person's this way, those energies can actually be flipped, so just take it as it resonates. And this is a general reading, so please keep in mind that some things may not resonate. So leave what doesn't resonate and take what messages do sing to you and what does make sense. There will be a still frame photo of all of the decks in the timestamps below if you need a minute to kind of pause the video on that and see where your intuition guides you, as well as timestamps for the different decks in the description box too. And I think that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment. I'm trying to build the channel up, so I appreciate all of your comments and likes and subscribes. It's helping me out. And thank you very much. We're going to move on to pile number 1. If you chose pile number 1, this is going to be the reading for you on how to start 2021 with a bang. You want to start it on fire, on your A game. We're going to pull 2 oracle cards, one for the energy you're leaving behind and the energy that you will be embracing. Actually, let's pick 3. One in the middle for the transition in between as well. It's kind of just upon, while I'm pulling these tarot cards, upon first glance, it looks kind of like you're moving from a place of kind of inner turmoil to inner peace. Very nice. Pile number 1, how to start 2021 with a bang. I may not have enough room. It's interesting, the energy that you are leaving behind is very much about creating chaos in your life by investing in the things that are out of your control. Like in a way, giving your power up. It's kind of like that feeling that your life is out of your control. That though things are changing, and oftentimes, upright like this, they may be for the better. It's kind of like you aren't in control of your life, and it's just like the wheel of fate is turning. That kind of feeling that actually is really destabilizing to you. We have poised reversed here. where perhaps you don't feel ready to take on anything, even ready to handle any change, or there's just, when I'm seeing this right now, it's just this unsettled feeling inside, just unsure, not even really knowing where to go, not feeling together in the inside, and being easily thrown off when things change, because you've been feeling like it's been out of your control, like the wheel of fate is just turning and throwing things at you. And then you, in turn, in order to make it better, are kind of investing in things that aren't going anywhere. So you end up spending a lot of your time dealing with these shifts that aren't right for you, and investing in things that aren't going to move you forward. They aren't going to make a family or a legacy or a career or whatever the bigger picture is that you have, the long-term picture. You end up spending all of your time giving to situations, putting your effort into situations that have either short-term gain, or it's just a response to the change, and you're not actually getting anything back in return, if that makes sense. So you're definitely moving out of that energy. That's the energy to kind of let go before we get to the new year, because the new year has you kind of won. This is huge, peace. So you will find there's a sense of inner peace and inner stability that you will find. Instead of expecting your environment to provide the stability, perhaps, which is what makes everything seem so kind of unstable, and you're kind of putting your energy in the wrong places because you're looking for stability in the external environment. You're finding that, I believe, within you. And that's creating a sense of peace, a sense of calm, a sense of being able to kind of rest and take a step back. And even spending time with yourself, actually, I'm getting that for some people, spending time with yourself is going to be very cathartic. This is the energy, in moving into 2021 that will benefit you throughout the year. I can see you, it's like once you gain that inner stability, you sacrifice this lack of stability for stability, interestingly. But this becomes you. You are the provider of it. Instead of walking around and looking for something else to come in and help you, something external to fix the situation, you realize, I got what it takes, and I'm going to put in the effort and the work, and I will do it long term in order to develop what I want. This just comes from sacrificing, one, a lack mentality, and two, feeling that something external of yourself is going to fix the situation. Once you realize that the answer lies within you, and you sacrifice this mindset that isn't serving you anymore, you are able to come into a place of great abundance. And you're able to generate it for yourself. So abundance could mean a lot of things. It could be money, but abundance to some people is love, or feeling just happy in life. Maybe it's happiness. Whatever abundance is to you, what makes you feel good, you're going to be figuring out in 2021 how to generate that for yourself, because you're going to let go of the idea that something else will fix it for you, that something outside of yourself is going to provide it. And you get this new perspective. Well, no, I'm more than capable. I've gotten myself through plenty of things before. I'm still here. You start believing in yourself. So that changes the game then. Once that sense of inner security is within you, then you actually can make the abundance you want. So instead of kind of being beholden to things coming at you, being dependent on external circumstances for where you want to go, expecting something outside of you to come in and help and fix a situation, which is not has not been working for you, you're going to switch that narrative in 2021 and start generating your own abundance, because the stability you're seeking is coming from internally instead of dependence on external things. So while you're making this switch, whenever you choose to make the switch is up to you. You can start working on this now so that you can really hit 2021 and embrace that energy with a bang and with some power and really get going into it. Or you can wait till 2021 if you want to, or not at all. It's completely up to you. But if you choose to start making this shift, this is going to be some advice for the transition. And we have number 36, come to the edge. That reduces to a 9. So you're closing out, come to the edge. 9 is the last single digit before we get to 10. Some consider 10 to be the end of a cycle. I tend to view 9 as the end of the cycle, since it is the last single digit in terms of numerology. So this is the closing out of the cycle, closing out of this past energy, or the energy that no longer serves you, and moving into this one. And you do that by coming to the edge. So I'm thinking, I kind of want to look this up actually. I don't have a lot of experience with this card. I'm learning this deck. Courage, taking a leap of faith, overcoming fear and accepting risk. Facing the unknown. So you're coming to the edge, you're trying something new, you're letting go of fear, you're expressing your true self, you're finding your own sense of security within yourself. So you're going to have to kind of come to the edge of this, of a cliff, of something where you're looking into the unknown and you don't really know how it's going to go. You don't really know how it's going to go to be able to rely on yourself for creating your own abundance. You may be an entrepreneur. You may be wanting to start your own business. This could even just simply be an adjustment in perspective, where you are altering how you're viewing where your abundance comes from, and realizing it comes from within you instead of externally. The external is just the representation of what's in you. So it could be that as well. It could be some other things that I mentioned. So you're kind of coming to the edge and you're looking down, and it's almost like, if I've got to jump off this edge, it's a free fall. It's a little scary. But I think that you will be ready to do it. When the time comes, you're going to have that trust in the universe. I mean, we also have the fountain here, which is the additional major arcana card in this tarot deck. And this is very much about universal energies, about spirit, about the universe backing you up. So in a way, it almost looks like a figure jumping into the darkness. In a way, you jump and you don't know where you're going, but the universe has this guiding light that just kind of goes boop, because it's time. Because it's time for you to make this change. The universe knows it, you know it, and you'll if you aren't already feeling the pull, you will be. And this is why. This is what shift is happening. You're going to start becoming dependent on only yourself for your own sense of security. I also think there's a little bit of divine timing in this. So I'm not sure that it's necessarily rushable. You can definitely start making the shift, but it really only starts to pop when the time is right. Because I see, in a way, kind of, if your finances are dependent on this may be a good time to kind of spend a little frugally, just because this is going to be a big shift that's going to happen, and time will be needed in order for the energy of the universe to respond to the energetic shift you are making. So it may not necessarily happen right away, and it may be a little bit confusing about what is going on. So again, the unknown. Don't let the unknown get in your way of where you want to go. If you are saving money, it is crucial that you spend frugally, we'll say, without having a lack mindset. With the understanding that you're in the process, you're making a shift, things are changing, and you're in the process of learning how to generate this stability for yourself. I'm not, I'm sorry, I'm blanking on the words. Anyway, just work on, make sure you're not saving it because you feel like you don't have enough, if that makes sense. This is really wonderful though. When you look at the cards this way, like consciously, where do you want to go? You want things to change from, you're ready for change. Consciously, you are ready for this change. You are ready to see things in a different light. You are ready to get out of this kind of poverty mindset you may have in terms of any kind of abundance. You're ready for expansion. You're in a, I'm also seeing some of you may be tired of working for other people. You're tired of giving to things that don't get you anywhere instead of to your dreams. You're ready to start going for what you want to create, which is wonderful because unconsciously and it's lined up, moving away from things that aren't going anywhere, and the universe is helping to guide you to be generating this own stability for yourself. This is super, super magical. This is how to set 2020 off with a bang. Start working on that change. Maybe there's people you can watch, or maybe listen to some like abundance things on generating abundance for yourself while you're going to sleep to help you stay in that right vibe. I mean, I see unconsciously, you're right, in the reality, you're right there. And in the conscious, there is a little bit slight hiccup consciously, because I think you are aware that you aren't in the abundance you want to be in. That's the only potential hang up. But as long as you are aware that you have to, you're in this situation because you've come from this perspective where you depended on things external of yourself to provide that stability. Once you really have that recognition that I haven't been relying on myself, I haven't been trusting my ability to manifest this, I've been putting the responsibility of this externally of myself, and I need to switch that internally, where then you're going to start to have this sense of peace. You're going to start to get what you want. You're going to start to have new perspectives. You're going to be definitely moving out of a poverty or a lack mindset and moving into generating your own abundance. I think that this is going to happen relatively quickly for you once you start putting your effort toward your dreams and not somebody else's. Instead of putting your effort toward things that don't get you anywhere. Stay focused on your vision. Hold your vision. Fixed moon. So what do you want? What is that dream? Don't let it go. Stay on it. Hold your vision. Don't focus on what you're lacking. Focus on where you're going. What do I want to create? It's time to take action. New moon in Aries. I'm going to make this happen. I am focused. I am determined. I am excited. I am passionate. What are you passionate about? What passionate vision do you have? It is time to embrace it. 2021 is the time where it's going to start happening for you, and this is about you getting ready for your dreams to come true. And then we have North Node or South Node. Don't let your past hold you back. Perhaps you've been working on this dream and it hasn't been working out, and you keep focusing on that. Maybe it's just not right. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this. That is not the case. Don't let the things in the past that have happened, either with other situations or with your dreams, hold you back to think that you can't do it, because you are a month or two away from it popping. At this point, this is November 2020 that I'm recording this. So If you watch this later, maybe sooner, but this is ready to pop. As long as you get out of the past failures, the ways it didn't work out, and really just stay focused on your vision. Shift to your vision, shift to you generating things for yourself and no longer being dependent on external things. Taking charge yourself, doing it yourself. It's time for you to create the vision of life that you want. This is the vision, this is the action, this is the warning of don't let the past or the ways that you failed in the past hold you back, because you're getting ready to blast off. I love this. This is so exciting. Good luck to you. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Please let me know in the comments below if this made sense. And like, share, subscribe, all that jazz. And thank you for watching. I'm going to move on to deck number 2. If you picked deck number 2, the Revelations deck, this is going to be the reading for you on how to start 2021 off with a bang. We're going to start with some oracle cards. I'm going to pull one for the energy you're leaving behind, one for the energy you're going to be moving into, and a card for the transition between the two. Ooh, this is going to be great. I can't wait to see the rest of the cards. This is going to be good. We have Y reversed, 31, for the energy you're leaving behind. Milk and Honey, 51, number 51, for the transitional period. And what you're moving into is number 43, Deep Knowing. Give me a moment to sit with this. This feels a lot like it's about self-expression in a way. I think how you're going to, the way that you have self-expressed in the past hasn't, in fact, I'm seeing you kind of not self-express in the past. That's kind of the energy that is, that you're moving out of. I see you kind of wondering, you're moving out of over-analysis. There's definitely some over-analysis here where you're thinking about something to death. Analysis paralysis, I call it mental masturbation, where you're just going over and 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 over. And you're not letting go of something. It was something, what you're not letting go of and what you're constantly analyzing is something that you viewed as a long-term opportunity that fell apart. You thought it was going to be long-term. This could be a career, this could be a job, this could be a relationship, this could be a family. Something that had been around you've been engaging in for quite a while, where the values changed. People started disagreeing because the values weren't lining up. People started wanting different things. Maybe it worked for you for a while, but then at some point something changed and people were wanting different things, but you weren't directly expressing what it was you wanted, what it was you valued. There may be a little bit of manipulation here where you may have tried to influence a situation maybe passive aggressively or cunningly or, strategically, but there wasn't direct, authentic, truthful communication. So this encouraged the disharmony because nobody was actually properly communicating about what they wanted changed, and it may not be lining up with other people or involved in the situation. So there's a lot of your mental masturbating about this. Why did this happen? Why did everything change? I mean, I'm just simply from these cards are suggesting is that things did change. People started wanting something different, and nobody communicated about it, at least in a healthy, constructive, direct, true, authentic way. It was, wishy-washy communication at best, which is, that sometimes subtlety is not easily picked up on. It's not easy for somebody else to know what you're talking about when something like this is happening. This could also be a situation that you stayed in too long, that should have ended quite a while ago, but you stayed in it because of it did provide something for you, some level of financial security or stability, or it gave you kind of a purpose in a way, but you stayed with it even after it became something that was no longer good for you anymore. That's the energy you're letting go of. You're moving toward, instead of like, why is everything happening to me? Why me? And asking all these questions and asking the wrong questions and obsessing over it. You do move into this energy of deep knowing. So you're going to have, it's like a higher awareness where you are listening to your own internal guidance, numero uno, and your own connection to source, spirit, etc., etc. But you don't need somebody else to give you the answers because you've realized you have them within you. You are capable of giving yourself the closure you need. You are capable of knowing what you want. Suddenly you go from not knowing what's going on to really knowing everything that's going on with this deep knowing card. And I think mostly what this deep knowing is about is you are understanding your roles in relationships. Now, this can be any kind of relationship. I do have the Lovers reversed and the Ace of Cups reversed here, so there may be a love component here. Maybe you jump into lustful relationships, thinking they're going to last forever when it's really just lust, and you don't communicate your needs because you want that lust, so you're just kind of letting things go. That could be an issue too. But you're moving toward having a deeper understanding of your role in relationships. You're understanding the roles that you've played. This is fine-tuning your skills. This is becoming kind of like a master at it. Instead of playing a game, you're having the higher level understanding of what is happening here and how to work with it. And I think that you really are going to be seeing the ways in which your own instability has contributed to love not working out for you, or connections, or friendships, whatever it is. Love comes in a variety of different forms. But when it's not working, there's a pattern here. There's a pattern that you're recognizing, a pattern of behavior within yourself that is controlling or cold or needy, maybe. These are just some of the things. I'm feeling like some of you are going to be super needy and clingy and kind of suck the life out of something. Others of you will be cold and detached, and no warmth will be able to grow in relationships because of this. So the ways which connections have failed, you're going to be owning your role in it, in the way that you may have either stifled the relationship or just not allowed it to grow, not engaged in it, no warm and fuzzy kind of thing. This then allows you to have better relationships. So you, instead of being like, why did you do this to me? It's, why did I allow this to happen? Why did I engage in that in the first place? What in me do I need to rectify so that I can actually get into a healthy relationship? The transition is very interesting. With milk and honey, I'm wondering if you're going to have a period where you are dating or like really engaging with a lot of other people. Like you're really getting out there in the world. It's like the milk and honey of relationships. So many things just keep coming to you. This is the transition. Like people are like drawn to you, and it just like keeps happening. There's more and more and more. There's a plethora of people to choose from, which allows you to you start to recognize, like, maybe I've been a little bit impulsive in the past. You're recognizing the moment. You see how you're behaving. Have I jumped into things too quickly? Did I recklessly and thoughtlessly just jump into something, expecting the world too soon, too fast? Did I go from 0 to 100 with these connections? Maybe you as a friend, maybe you connect with somebody and all of a sudden you want to see them every day and talk to them every day, and it's a little bit much for like the person on the other side, where you're just like, boom, you're my best friend like immediately, and the other person's like, we don't even know each other. Why don't we just it's getting a little obsessive. It's kind of scaring me a little bit. So there's a variety of, it doesn't just have to be love here, but you're going to see the way you may have been impulsive and not quite thinking things through rationally in the past, because you're going to start having these experiences. You're going to be having these people kind of thrown at you that are by the universe that are showing you this. Maybe you make a friend and they behave how you used to, and you're starting to see. And you're going to take a little bit of time. I don't know that you're really going to be dating, but there's situations still. Maybe you go on like a date here, a date there, but most of it you're going to want to go home and like be by yourself. You're like, oh no, I need to go think about that. Like I had one, I went out with this one person, and it just, I learned a lot from it. I saw some stuff, and I need to go think about that now. There's going to be a lot of experiences where you are interacting with other people, and they're going to be highlighting to you where you've been going wrong. You're going to see it in other people. They're going to mirror back to you things that you have been doing that aren't really you, to be honest. It's behaviors that aren't you, because if you were really lined up with yourself, you wouldn't be having these issues and these connections. So there's going to be kind of a lot of casual people coming in and out of your life that are just coming to show you, hey, it's time to work on this. Okay, let's see what else. I think you are currently kind of consciously somewhat aware that something's got to change in terms of whatever this is that you want to build, whatever this long-term commitment is. or even you just want people that stay around a little bit longer. You're starting to recognize that this is a pattern, and there is something that you need to change. You are starting to become aware of this. What you may struggle with awareness of is that I think you're tired, and I think some of these, again, I'm going to bring up that communication thing. I think some of these problems come from you maybe being a little bit impulsive and quick, but there's still something I'm seeing about the way that you are communicating. Maybe it's the way that you're thinking instead of communicating. Maybe it's the way that you are thinking that's getting you in trouble, and you need a little bit of alone time in order to curb these tendencies. I'm still seeing a little bit of manipulativeness here with these two cards. Using words to manipulate, either to push people away or to cling to them. There is kind of a needy energy here that I think you can only rectify by being by yourself and not grasping on to somebody else. Or what if you're afraid of relationships and you're pushing them away, you need that time alone in order for you to learn why you're doing that, so that you aren't continuing to do it. The reality is, in your current state, you're going to continue to attract dysfunctional experiences until you get yourself right. And these dysfunctional experiences are here to tell you, to show you what you need to address. And the sooner you recognize that, the sooner that you can move into this space of healing yourself and rectifying yourself, so that you can actually have the connections and the experiences with other people that you do want. So the reality is that this could go on for a little bit, this transition. And if you recognize these relationships are happening to show me where I need to work on myself, then it doesn't hurt quite so much when you realize that that person didn't actually hurt me. It's my reaction to what they did that hurt me, and that I need to rectify. I need to work on that myself. You're going to just continue to have these kind of casual and dysfunctional relationships coming and going, kind of rapid fire Page of Wands. They're just kind of coming in and going out to show you what you need to adapt to, to show you the patterns so that you can fix it. I'm not so sure you're aware of the patterns of your own behavior quite yet. I think that's part of what you're moving into. So buckle up. The faster you understand that you're just going to be a magnet. You're going to be attracting people to you. And the faster you recognize what they're trying to teach you, and don't hold on to them, just let them go. Take the lesson, let them go. The faster you're going to start attracting healthier relationships that hang around. But I will admit, I'm seeing a little bit of stubbornness to this. Especially because your kind of the energy you're going to be letting go of is a little bit of a victim energy. And this is you taking charge instead of being the victim. So I think that this is going to take a little bit of time. I don't think that this is going to happen super quickly. I think it's going to be difficult for you to have people coming into your life that are basically triggering you they're not doing it on purpose, but the reason they're there is to trigger you. And eventually I think it's going to sink in, because you're going to get tired of this stuff repeating. Eventually you're going to see, okay, I need some alone time. I've got to figure this out. Once you recognize that you need that alone time to really understand yourself, I think that's the first step to kind of slowing down all the dysfunctional relationships coming at you. Look at this. All right, we've got conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse. Ooh, we do have the full moon eclipse coming up on November 30th. So that could be a big thing for you. I do have a video on that. If you like this video and you want to check it out, there's one on the a pick a card one with your themes for the eclipse. So there may be some information in there that is beneficial to this journey. But conclusions are within reach. You can't quite see them quite yet. There's something blocking the full view. Those trees are in the way of the moon, but you can still see the moon. You can still see the end goal. You're very close to achieving your goal. Look at that. So conclusions are within reach. That's what the energy you're moving out of. You transition from not having what you want to understanding that you're close to what you want, but maybe some adjustments need to make, and a personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer. This is healing what is wonky within you, the patterns that you are rectifying that have to do with relationships. A personal issue reaches resolution. You resolve it. It's over. It ends. You are now able to move into having healthier relationships. It's going to be magical. It's interesting that this is such an interesting shift here. Conclusions are within reach. That feeling of lacking, of I don't have what I want. I don't have the answers. I don't have the understanding. I don't understand. You're moving to, oh, I do have this goal. I know what I need to do. I know where I need to, what I need to do, where I'm going. And I know that I'm close. I just need to, maybe there's some fine tuning things I need to do in order to get there. Instead of, I don't have it, it's like, oh, it's not that far away. I can achieve this. And then you resolve the issue in you that is causing issues within any relationship that you're having. And it really changes things for you. That sounds really exciting. You can do this. You definitely can do this. And your life will be so much better off for it. Thank you for watching. This concludes the reading for pile number 2. And good luck to you. If you like the reading, please like, share, subscribe, and comment down below. I'm trying to build up my channel, so every little bit helps. And thank you guys for watching. I'm going to move on to deck number 3. If you chose deck number 3, this will be the reading for you on how to start 2021 with a bang. I am going to start by pulling 3 different oracle cards. I'm going to pull one for the energy you're going to be leaving behind, the energy you're going to be moving into 2021, and one for the transitional period between the two energies. Pile number 3. Ooh. Ooh. I cannot wait to see what these cards say. For pile number 3. This is going to be exciting for you. Pile number 3. All right. The energy you are leaving. We have the fates reversed. So there is an energy of things not working out for you. Or actually having quite a lot of things go wrong and feeling like no matter what you do, it just keeps going wrong. In a way, this is the universe kind of... It's handing you things you don't want right now. Or at least this is what you're going to be letting go of. Handing you things you don't want right now. Either for you to learn because there's something you need to learn about these situations before you move forward, or because you're going in the wrong direction. It's kind of like, no, no, no. So there's two kind of things going there. You're either continuing to engage in the wrong direction, therefore things kind of keep going wrong, or you're supposed to learn some big lessons before this path can actually go forward. So it's feeling kind of like you're getting tested, or that the universe just keeps kind of messing with you and throwing you a bunch of crap. This is the energy that you're getting out of. Let's see the detail here. All right. These situations here, it feels almost like you're trying to pave a way forward that hasn't been done before. You're trying to do something, you want to do something new, something different, something unconventional, but you don't really know how. And I don't know that you're really trying a lot of things. You might be trying a few things, here and there, but I'm kind of seeing like a lack of commitment to the direction you want to go, because you aren't sure which direction to go in. So you're just kind of not really committing. You're kind of like committing. You're like dabbling over here, dabbling over here, dabbling over here. This is kind of part of the reason your things are kind of going wrong, where it feels like nothing's working no matter what you do. Timing is also an issue here. Maybe you're trying to rush the time of something, but I'm thinking that like there's additional knowledge you need about where you want to go and what you want to create that you don't have. You're very confused right now. I think a lot of the reason you are confused is because you're focusing on how everything's going wrong, instead of using that energy to figure out where you do want to go and where you do want to commit and what do you want. We have the Seven of Chalices here. 7 different options to choose from. What do you choose? Well, maybe you choose this one, and a snake pops out of it and bites you. You're just kind of like dabbling around trying to see where the right thing is without really knowing where you're going. So it's not necessarily that the universe is testing you, it's that you don't know where to go. And you aren't really focusing on anything. So you're just kind of trying stuff and getting bit. Without really having any clear direction of why you're taking this cup over here and why you're taking this cup over here. You're just kind of doing it to see what happens. So it feels a little bit like it's fated, like all of these things are going to be malfunctioning, but really what it is it's a lack of commitment, a lack of focus, a lack of direction on your part, a lack of understanding about where you want to go. Partly because you don't really know. You want to do something different. You want to go in a direction that is the path less traveled. So you don't exactly have a map of how to do this. So you're kind of trying to figure it out and running into a lot of unpleasant situations as a result. What you're moving into, the energy for 2021, is going to pop. So you have this kind of like chaos, everything going wrong, not moving forward, not even knowing what to do. And in 2021, the new energy you're going to be embracing is kind of like things are going to pop so much that you're going to feel so inspired. There's going to be so many opportunities for you to start something new that we have time for a nap reversed, that you may be in danger of burnout in 2021. So this is kind of like, don't sacrifice your own needs, don't sacrifice your health, don't sacrifice yourself for something else. Like maybe you get so excited about it that you just go and go and go and go because it's just We have the Ace of Wands. You're so passionate and so revved up and so ready to go that you just put your all into it, which can lead to burnout and exhaustion. Again, a little bit of a warning here, Page of Pentacles reversed. Though it is a page, it's not probably really a big deal, but this could be health issues stemming from overexertion and exhaustion. It's a page, it's small, you know. It won't be something big, but it can kind of throw a little bit of a curveball into what you want to do. It's not the universe testing you, it's just you having overexerted yourself, and now you have to pay the price. So watch out for that because you're moving into such a powerful, excited, passionate energy to make sure that you do take time for yourself. And you've got, I'm so intrigued by this imagery here. Like, they lined up like this. You know, you have this figure jumping between these different poles here, moving forward a little precariously, but, you know, maybe you're really athletic and you're doing just fine. And clarified underneath by one wand, just like one of these poles. So I think focus is going to help you in what you're moving into. Perhaps that's the reason you get exhausted, because you're bouncing from idea here to idea here to idea here. And it makes things difficult to navigate when you've kind of got to make that giant leap every single time you move from one idea to another. Boom, 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 boom. You know, it's kind of chaos. And then you land on this pole facing forward and you got to turn around and go diagonal to get over here. And it's too much. It's not the best use of your energy. So I think focusing on one thing can actually really help you. You can always go back to the other ideas, to the other points later, but focusing on one is what will get you going in a totally new direction. You get to go that path less traveled, and you get to pave the way, instead of kind of making this weird zigzag path all over the place. That will help conserve your energy, and you'll be less likely to burn out. I mean, this is great. You're going to have so much energy and so much passion and so much excitement that you've got to rein yourself in so that you don't get exhausted. That sounds amazing. That sounds like fun. Transitional energy. So you're moving from a phase of like things happening but not really going anywhere, confusion, you know, not really understanding where you want to go, to a place where you understand and you are very motivated to get it done. While you're transitioning, we have never-ending story. So I think that this is you're kind of cutting the cords you're tying up all loose ends. You're getting ready to move into this phase that is so different from the one you're letting go of. Drastically different. Focus, you know, momentum, excitement, willpower, passion, compared to confusion and just lack of clarity and lack of commitment. You're going to start tying that stuff up. So the things that don't fit your narrative for what you want to commit to, time for them to go. The things that aren't working for you, time for them to go. The perspectives that aren't working for you, even if you may have a little bit of a victim mentality because you're so used to everything going wrong, that's got to go. And you're going to be wrapping up those never-ending stories. It's felt like a never-ending story, but it's actually going to end. That's the transition. So you may feel a little bit like it's not ending in the transition just because you're going to be continuing to deal with these things, but you're dealing with them to end them, to close the door so that you make space for the right stuff. The clarifiers for this, oh my gosh. Look at this. We have 2 twos. We have the 2 of Wands and the 2 of Pentacles. Talk about straddling 2 different perspectives. This is the juggle between the old and the new way. Both maybe financially and passionately, entrepreneurially, spiritually, materially, the physical and the non-physical. On all levels, you're making this shift. So be patient with yourself, because if you're really making this shift on all levels, physical, spiritual, emotional, mental, you're making the shift on all of these levels. Your vibration needs time to readjust on all of those levels. So be a little bit patient with yourself here, because this is like, even in the cards, straddling two worlds. One is light, one is dark. You've got the twos going on. You know, the transition is straddling both, and starting to let go of this old way that doesn't work to move into the new way. Super exciting. That is super exciting. And then we have the Eight of Wands. This is going to happen really quickly. I know I said give yourself some time. I still stand by that. Don't stress yourself out over this. I think that you are ready. You're in this transition. You are ready for this to happen. This is also, you've got all of these wands, Eight of Wands, and here we've got all of these wands here. So you're getting fueled up by the things you want to do. You're in this transition. You're starting to really focus on where you want to go and the excitement of that, and that's what's propelling you forward. Not this of the past and feeling like nothing's working. You start focusing on all of your ideas, and it enlivens you up. But then at some point, once you do move into this new energy, I would highly suggest just choosing one, or combine a couple into one, where you're just kind of working on one big thing, because this is too much energy for you to maintain for 2021 from what I'm seeing in the cards. This is really exciting. Let's get a little bit more. Basically, you are going to transition in 2021 into the energy of creating your dreams, of going after your passions and making them happen. It's like the year of planting the seed. Something starts to get going in 2021, and it's going to be really exciting. All right, the energy you're leaving, the answers you need are coming, full moon in Gemini. Again, remember I said, you will be moving out of an energy of not really knowing where you want to go. The answers will be coming. I said there's something you're missing. The answers will be coming. They will be coming, but you will be leaving this. You will be leaving this energy of seeking the answers or operating without having all of the information. You're going to leave this kind of place of, I don't want to say ignorance, because it makes it sound like you're stupid, and you're not, but like not quite knowing everything that you do need to know. You're going to be leaving that, and you're going to get the answers. Through the transition period, we have work through your fears, new moon in Scorpio. So there will be fears. Again, like I said before, you fear this old energy that you're moving out of. You've been in for so long, you fear that it's going to be repeating, that you're going to continue to have these bizarre things, that nothing's going to work out, that you're not going to get the information, or that you have the information and you won't use it correctly, that you'll pick the wrong cup and a snake will pop out and bite you again. You're going to be working, look at that scorpion. Maybe a scorpion's going to pop out and sting you. You're fearing these kind of things, and it isn't going to be happening to you anymore. You're moving into a different energy. And it's kind of time to learn to trust that. Through this transition period, learn to trust your own forward momentum, that you can have that. That what you've learned in the past, you will be able to use to propel yourself forward. You're going to start seeing things this way, and the fears you will feel, and the way you will doubt your own progression, through this transition, you'll have time to work on that, so that it won't be an issue when you really embrace this new energy. When you embrace this new energy, we have a time for healing, balsamic moon. I think that this is healing, one, your own sense of confidence. Because I think you've had an idea of where you want to go, and it hasn't worked for so long that you've been doubting your own intentions. That is going to start to heal. You're start to really going to feel empowered and really strong in what you want to do, really believing in it. I also am wondering if in some level you are a healer. And it becomes a time, once you move through this energy of not knowing what the heck to do, and you're moving into something where you do have the answers and you're working through your fears, then you come to this place where you are able to help others do the same. There's a healing element. What you learned in the past, you are able to help others with in the future. It's almost like you hone, or whatever you've gone through that you've released, you now are able to see the benefit of this, and you're able to help be that guiding light, that little sliver of hope for other people who may need healing, that are in the darkness, because you understand the darkness having come out of it, and what's really going on and how hard it is, and et cetera, et cetera. You know how to get out of it. Time for healing. I really think you're going to be entering into some kind of healing profession, or whatever it is that you do. You may also need a little bit of healing, because like I said, I see some overexertion and some potential health problems. And you may need to take 2021. Maybe 2021 for some of you is a little bit slower, where you do get that way forward. You do know the way that you want to go forward, but you may be getting slightly derailed by health stuff because you overextended yourself. And it will be a time for healing, which in a way is a time for planning, because now that you know the way forward, if you do have to heal, if you do have to have an extended period of downtime, use that to plan the way forward, to research, to do the things you probably would normally just be jumping into. You actually can plan and talk and make, connections and work through it. So it isn't necessarily a bad thing, because I'm seeing a ton of energy. And it may be the universe's way of slowing you down so that you can actually start planning things a little bit properly instead of just jumping in, and also so that you don't overextend yourself. So watch out for being overextended. You can subvert any of the potential health problems that I'm seeing here. They aren't serious. It's a page. It's not like you've got the King of Pentacles flipped over where you're like, whoa. That's a little bit bigger deal. It's just like a little baby thing. The pages are the little babies of the court cards. It's a little baby thing, but still, it's enough to slow you down. And you may have to take time to heal. So watch yourself for the overextension. If you're starting to get tired, if you're, make sure to take care of yourself. All right. This concludes the reading for pile number 3. If you liked it, please like, share, subscribe, and comment down below. It really helps me build my channel. Any little bit helps. And thank you for watching. I'm going to move on to deck number 4. If you chose deck number 4 for your reading, the original Rider-Waite Tarot, this is going to be the reading for you on how to start 2021 with a bang. I'm going to pull a couple of oracle cards, or a few actually, to start off the reading. I'm going to pull one for the energy you're going to be leaving behind, the energy you're going to be embracing in 2021, and a card for the transition between the two. Interesting cards. Oh, let's Let's get some clarifiers. Let's see what's going on here. It looks almost as if you are leaving a very fortuitous period. A period, you know, where you, like everything you touch turned to gold. You're going to be leaving that period for, my guess, just from looking at these cards, but we'll see with the clarifiers, you may be entering a period that is a little bit more difficult, where flexibility is going to be needed, you know, where before you were getting everything you wanted and you had like the Midas touch, everything's turning to gold that you're working on. And then you move into this transition period of like everything's still going really well. It's just kind of all syncing up. The synchronicities of everything are just magical. But then you're moving into something a little bit more difficult, which is requiring you to be flexible. And to adapt to what's going on. So instead of being able to touch everything and turn it into what you want it to be, you're going to have to adjust. Force won't work anymore. Okay, maybe I got that wrong a little bit. Unless, with all that glitters, you find some kind of comfort and stability in misery, which that could be the case. Oh, I dated this guy briefly. Well, not briefly, I dated him for quite a little bit, who used to say that he was comfortable in the melancholy. So maybe you find something alluring about the melancholy, is what I'm seeing here. That could be a potential thing. Oh. So, energy that you are moving out of. You are definitely moving away from something. This could be a physical move, actually. Something may be ending. You're done with a situation that is too troubling. Troubled waters. We also have the Ten of Swords here, so there's betrayal. There's a lot of hurt. I also think, in a way, there's a lot of like expecting perfection. Maybe that's what this is. Something glitters and you're expecting it to be perfect, and then when it isn't, you feel betrayed. Like they showed a certain way. They showed themselves, you know, somebody showed themselves sparkling, or a job seemed sparkly and perfect, and then you got into it and you realized it wasn't perfect, and that felt like a betrayal. Because something was flawed, if that makes sense. I see you moving away from these things that have hurt you, although some of you are just flat out done with work, with engaging with situations that harm you, that hurt you in whatever way that is. You're just done with it. Anything that's just taking from you, that's just hurting you. Some of you are just like, no. Yeah, that looked shiny and appealing at once, but it's not anymore, and it's time for me to move on from this. For others of you, I think that this is, again, like I mentioned before, you're kind of working on this perfectionist tendency, where when it doesn't go the way that you expect, you feel like betrayed. And I'm saying it like this because no one or no situation can possibly be 100% perfect. But when it goes wrong, it's not just disappointment you feel, it's like betrayal. There is a heavy reaction to it. And I don't know who this is for. But I just heard in my head, for some of you watching, it could be because you think your shit don't stink. Don't know how that resonates with anybody, but maybe you think you're the one that's shiny and glittery and you expect somebody to treat you as such, and when they don't, you throw a fit. But I don't know where that came from, but I'm hearing for some of you, you think your shit don't stink and are hard on other people because you think their shit stinks. It's a little judgy for some. Anyway, that's the energy you're moving out of. What you're moving into, yeah, you're definitely moving into a phase that's going to have a little bit more difficulties for you. You're going to, adaptation and flexibility will be what gets you through what's coming in 2021, and it's because there are things that are happening in order for you to get a new perspective. It's like you're so used to kind of, no, I don't want to say that. I don't feel like that's right. I'm going to get a couple clarifying cards, because this is a really interesting reading. Okay. Past energy you're moving away from. You're sacrificing ego for a new start. You're letting go of your own ego, your own desire to fight with others, to prove that you're right, to win the battles. You're letting it go. You're like, screw it. No, this isn't worth it anymore. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm done. I need to just move on because I'm tired of engaging in this weird ego battle that's going on. What you're moving to. You're actually kind of extricating yourself from, you're continuing. So whatever you're leaving here in this energy that you need to let go of, it's still kind of around when you're moving in the new energy, but you're cleverly kind of sneaking away from it. You don't want to stir up any more fights. You don't want to stir up any more ego nonsense. So you're trying to get out of a situation in a way that makes as few waves as possible, is what I'm seeing. And that's where the flexibility comes in. You know, you're kind of like, oh, okay, well now this happened, so how do I sneak out of this situation? There is a little bit of resistance here to this new energy, by the way, what I'm seeing here, because it's so weird, because on the one hand, in the past energy, I see like you getting everything you want, and on the other hand, I see you being like, no, this sucks, screw it. So maybe there's a combination of that energy going on in there, or two different narratives, but there is a resistance to embracing a new cycle here. There's something, you're still doing it. You're still, sneaking away, but it's like you continue to repeat the same thing over and over. You're in danger of that, because there is like a higher awareness that you could be, if you worked it right, if you go through this transition period and you work it right and you really keep an open mind, then you can embrace this flexibility, and you're going to very cleverly avoid some nasty situations that you could encounter in 2021. because you're going to be able to do it. You're going to be in the right mentality. You're not going to be throwing fits when it doesn't go the way that you want it to. You're going to be like, okay, well, I guess I need to shift over here. And, you know, the wind blows, so I'm going to put my jacket on instead of like throwing a fit because the wind is blowing. There's some flexibility and some adaptation and some cleverness that's going to be coming in. You are no dummy, for sure. This takes a brain to do. This takes a smart person to be able to do this. But this isn't like calculated manipulation. This is you figuring out how to get away from toxic situations and responding and adapting instead of just, this is what I want and this is how it's going to be and this is what I want and I'm going to throw a fit until I get it. You're actually adapting, which is huge. It's going to feel weird because you're not going to really be used to being adaptable and flexible. I think you're more used to getting what you want by force, by stomping your foot, by making a big deal about stuff. But this isn't a big deal. This isn't making a big deal. This is kind of quietly sneaking away and doing your own thing, like a lone wolf energy. Like I'm okay, it doesn't work for me, so I'm just going to go over here and do my thing, and I'm not going to make a big deal about it. But there's something about it you aren't used to, so I think it's probably this new cycle. It is a little bit destabilizing to you because I think you aren't used to breaking out on your own. Let's see. Let's clarify this card. You are definitely starting a new cycle. It is so wild. Why are you so resistant to good stuff? It's so funny because you've got good stuff, you had some good stuff in the past, but for some reason maybe it wasn't perfect and you threw a fit about it. And now you're moving into this energy of kind of gaining clarity and opportunity and moving on. We have the Ten of Swords again, reversed. You're healing here, moving into this beautiful new cycle where what once seemed shattered, maybe that the way you view yourself, it wasn't clear before, and now you have the opportunity to make this mirror whole and actually see you for you. But you're resisting it. You're like, I don't want to. I can't. I don't have the ability to do it. You doubt your own ability, whereas once before you didn't. Perhaps this is an evolution. You know, I have the Empress here, so in this transitional energy, you know, we have all that glitters over here, and then what you're leaving and the transitional energy, we have the Empress. So there may be a situation where you were quite abundant that you are leaving. And that's what's freaking you out. You have to do your own thing. You've got to be clever for yourself now. Maybe you were used to somebody taking care of you or providing for you, and now you're on your own. Then you're moving to your own in 2021 in blah blah blah. You're moving to taking care of things on your own. And though you've got the ability to do it, for some reason you're doubting it. And you don't believe in your ability to provide for yourself or provide for your family or generate stability or to even be the lone wolf. It's like you've never been the lone wolf. You've never struck out on your own before. And now you are. In this transitional period, again, good stuff's going to happen. Serendipity. Things are going to just kind of come along when the time is right. Things will line up. Because you're breaking out. You're breaking out of a situation that bound you. Something you were tied to. This is also illusions. Maybe you're breaking out of this illusion that that you're that it's like good to be taken care of. I'm not saying that it's bad to be taken care of. I'm just reading what's here in the cards. It's like there's a sense of freedom that you've never had, that you're getting. So perhaps this is breaking away from dependencies on other people, codependencies, addictions, obsessions, karmic ties, the ties that bind, family. It could be breaking away from things like that to do your own thing. And in the transition period, you're going to be very supported in doing it. Because again, look, I'm seeing you doing your own thing. You need this is also healing. This is where the healing starts in this transition period, by kind of spending time by yourself. This is also going to open up your mind a little bit. There may be issues with your mother, a mother or mother figure maybe here. For some of you, I also think that this is you. Maybe you are a mother. Maybe becoming a mother in this transition period is what gets you out of this kind of more selfish mindset and having to adapt to taking care of somebody else. That could be another thing going on here. Consciously, you are aware that you've got to break out of some kind of situation, but I'm feeling money worries. Money worries. Like you can't take care of yourself. You won't have the stability, the funds to do it. You know you gotta go. You gotta move on and set yourself free. But it's almost like you've got to cut yourself off from quite a large chunk of change, maybe. Maybe there's family money that you're breaking away from. Or you were married or dating somebody who had a lot of money and it's not working and you got to move on. Yeah. The reality is it's not working. And you need to move on by yourself so that you can figure out how to do things for yourself. And in a way, sneak away. Try to do it as amicably as possible. Unconscious factors going on is that you, again, you don't think you're capable of creating abundance for yourself. And you feel betrayed that you have to give this up. There's some resentment about giving something up that is tied to your abundance. You could even feel betrayed maybe if you became, maybe you're becoming pregnant and it's a betrayal. And you're worried, you don't think you have the capability of being a mother. There's something along those lines, something with stability, with a mother. Let's see if we can get a little bit more. All right. Don't let pride get in your way. Whatever you've got to leave, don't let pride make you hold you back. Don't let pride kick in and you end up staying somewhere. There is totally a situation or a mindset you've got to let go of. The transitional energy, your hard work is paying off, new moon in Capricorn. So going off on your own, that brings you some abundance. It will pay off. It does pay off. So you have the transition. The transition is paying off. It's working. The changes you make are working, but it's hard work. Maybe that's what the resistance is. Maybe it's just hard work you just don't want to do, but you're going to have to do it. It pays off though, and creates some stability for you. Again, look at this. Prosperity lies ahead. New moon in Taurus. So this is just simply the future energy you're moving into. You do have the prosperity. The only issue is that you doubt your ability to do it. That's it. And because things are going to get thrown at you that you're going to have to be flexible about. And Taurus is not exactly the most flexible thing, and we've got the King of Pentacles here, not the most flexible person either. So perhaps the rigidity in which you've previously encountered things, that this is my way or the highway, or I've got it, you have to do it my way, I'm going to throw a fit if it's not perfect. That's going to kind of have to go, and you're going to kind of have to go with things. However, the prosperity is still there. It's like you're too proud to leave something because you think you can't do it on your own and you really don't want to face that. That's the energy that's leaving. You make the change, you leave, the hard work pays off. All of a sudden, you just have to do it differently. Instead of things being handed to you, you have to make it yourself. And as a result, you've got to be a little bit more flexible. It can't just be my way or the highway. And with that flexibility comes increased prosperity. Prosperity that's bigger than you could have ever imagined because you created it yourself. You just doubt your ability to do it. That's the only thing that can hold you back. That's the only thing that keeps you inflexible. You have the brains, you have the ability to do it. This may be uncharted territory for you. Try being flexible. See what happens. Keep going forward, one step at a time. Just keep going, keep going, keep going. The flexibility is what allows you to mold and bend around the obstacles instead of having to break through it like you have probably before in the past. You don't need to take a hammer and smash everything up. You can, go this way and go this way and go this way and just kind of be flexible, Be smart about this stuff. Yep. There's just a feeling that you can't do what you want on your own. You can. That's what all of this is about. That's what all of this energy is going to be about. Instead of depending on other people and being a little bit rigid in what you expect to get, a little bit of a perfectionist, maybe too proud, there's going to be kind of some humbling moments in you going off on your own and you realizing, hey, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this on my own. And you've really got to watch those fears that you won't be able to, because you can. The worst thing that's going to happen in this energy of 2021 for you is that your own doubt and your own ability to do it will sabotage you. So instead of sabotaging things because you expect perfection and throwing fits because you don't get it, you're going to start sabotaging because you expect perfection of yourself, or you don't think you can achieve perfection. And so then that is going to hold you back from embracing this new prosperity that you created for yourself. Let's see. I want to get for you, I'm going to get a little bit of advice on how to believe that you can do it. Whatever this is that you're moving away from, that you have to break out on your own. Let's see, for this new energy you're embracing, advice for you. All right, this is about bottom of the deck energy, judgment reversed, forgiving yourself, forgiving others. There's a rebirth you're resisting. Perhaps you're not listening to the call of your purpose. Perhaps you weren't forgiving others, you weren't forgiving yourself, you're beating yourself up. So you, in a way, you have this new cycle starting that you are resisting. And it's because you don't feel good about your own ability to do it. This is simply find something passionate. Find a passion within you that fires you up. This is a page, you aren't used to this direction, you aren't doing this sort of thing, but you need something that fires you up to prevent you from falling into the trap of wallowing in all of the things you don't want. that this isn't what you want, that, you know, this isn't the life you imagined for yourself, that this isn't how you thought it would be, and, you know, screw all these people that screwed me over, and I can never do it because I'm a bad person, and, you know, all of these horrible thoughts. They aren't going to get you where you need to go. It's letting go of the negativity, letting go of the past, so that you can have the excitement of creating your own future. Something about that, it must be exciting to you, because that's exactly what you're doing. I am the master of my own destiny. The poem Invictus. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. It's embracing that kind of energy and the excitement, the empowerment of stepping into that role. That will help fire you up as well. I hope that helps. This concludes the reading for pile number 4. Please let me know if you liked it in the comments down below. And like, share, subscribe, all of that jazz. It helps build my channel, so I appreciate all the support that I can get. And thank you guys for watching. I will see you next time.